With the newly launched Suunto Race, they've done more than a couple of upgrades such as making the watch more affordable, all while bringing out a ton of first-time implementations in the Suunto lineup as a whole. However, if you had to choose, should you go for the Suunto Race or should you rather go for the already impressive Garmin Forerunner 265? In our video today, we'll help you make that decision for you, so without further ado, let's begin.
Are you struggling to explain your idea? Your audience is not getting what you're trying to say. An animated explainer video is a perfect solution for you. Explainer video simplifies any complex ideas through engaging animations, transitions, voiceovers, and meaningful scripts, which all together create a fun experience for any viewer. And here comes 10 Studio, a team of skilled professionals dedicated to creating engaging explainer videos. With over thousands completed projects, we have the expertise to create explainer videos that break down your message and connect with your audience. Get in touch with 10 Studio today.
With a keen eye out for an overall improved level of intuitiveness, Suunto aimed high and made a ton of changes to the Suunto Race, and the digital crown stands out among them the most as it gives the user an easier way to navigate. As for the buttons, all the inputs are customizable, so you can tinker with the watch to make it perfect just for you. Additionally, we could not help but notice how Suunto preferred to place the brand logo on the side of the ridged bezel and not at the watch face, and we think that's a humble choice considering how the logo isn't staring down at your face every time, which is the case with most, if not all, of the watches of the same caliber. However, you won't get a plethora of options in terms of watch faces, as Suunto has a pretty limited range with restricted scope to mix and match. While there are a couple of nice ones, a few more would have been a welcome addition. On the flip side, those who are familiar with fitness watches should not be too surprised by the updated Forerunner 265, since there are, in a classic manner, 5 buttons that circle the face, each coming with a small label that describes the basic function. The buttons are also customizable, so that's a big plus. The athletic influence keeps reflecting itself on the design of the watch. However, this very perk could be considered as a liability, since the watch does not go well with fancier outfits, something the Suunto Race does not have to worry about in our opinion. However, since you won't be reckoning a workout watch without, well, working out, this issue is negligible. The improved AMOLED display makes a big difference in a variety of indoor and outdoor conditions, as it boosts the visibility of the watch face, making it useful in almost every scenario with a comparatively cleaner look than Suunto. Now, as far as features go, there are a lot of new things to cover, since they've come up with an AMOLED screen with 1000 nits of brightness, a digital crown that feels intuitive and useful in comparison, alongside measurement of running race estimates, heart rate thresholds, sleep stages, Find My Phone, media controls, and of course the Suunto Coach. Additionally, through Suunto Plus, you'll be getting access to gym and strength training metrics, peak pace cycling, golf and tennis scorekeeping, soccer halftimes, basically all the sports metrics at the top of your wrist. However, as far as maps are concerned, the digital crown, as expected, makes navigation easier than ever, since it's easy to track roads and pathways with more than enough context to tell you where you are at any given time. The maps, however, are not routable, which means it might get hard to read when there are layers of different statistics visualized altogether. However, the fix here comes through the proprietary Suunto app. Garmin, on the other hand, provided a ton of reliable features in the Forerunner 265, as there are a plethora of tracking options that cater to mainly cycling, running, and swimming, while being customizable to get the watch tailored to your specific needs. However, the lack of a digital crown really makes a difference, specifically when you compare the Suunto Race and Garmin Forerunner 265 side by side, since the crown makes things a lot easier and simpler, while making us wonder why this isn't a more common feature in all watches. However, Garmin shines through with its dedicated and full ecosystem of apps that include a ton of watch faces, which are all accessible through its iQ platform. Both Suunto and Garmin have several layers of similarities between the dedicated apps. However, Suunto has a better sense of charts and colors in our opinion. While Suunto Vertical still remains the watch you'd want from the manufacturer to get when battery life is your number one priority, Suunto Race has a great battery life and keeps the Suunto reputation intact with a maximum of 85 hours of runtime with performance mode, 140 hours with normal/endurance mode, 280 hours with ultra mode, and about 500 hours of runtime on tour mode. All of this while fast charging makes sure you get your watch topped up at 80% in just an hour. On the flip side, for the Garmin Forerunner 265, you'll get about 13 days of battery life in smartwatch mode and crank that up to 20 in GPS mode. You'll get your hands on the Suunto Race stainless steel variant for $449 and the titanium variant for $549 respectively, whereas the Forerunner 265 from Garmin will cost you $449.99. With both watches having more or less the same price tag, it's hard to resist the allure and the sense of intuitiveness that comes with the Suunto Race, not to mention the reliable battery life Suunto is famous for. All of this makes the Suunto Race a pretty solid alternative to the Forerunner 265, specifically if you consider the steel variant, since there's little to no price difference between the two. However, Forerunner 265 has a ton more watch faces you can use to amp up your style and is not a bad pick by any means. But if it were up to us, we'd stick with Suunto Race. Which one of these watches would you be going with and why? Do let us know, as we'd love to hear from you. And as for everything else, don't forget to like, share, subscribe and hit the bell icon if you want more content like this on your feed.